there's men and women out there that have suffered a lot more than me, and if they're getting this kind of treatment and care, I find that completely and utterly unacceptable. Well, hey guys, so I figured I'd take this opportunity while little man and I are driving out to Sierra Vista to pick up some crickets for our new dragon. Yeah, we got a dragon, guys. If you want to see or know anything about our dragon or help name him, we're still trying to decide whether it's going to be Puff or Red. I think I'm leaning towards Red now a little more than Puff, but if you want to know more about that, check out the description below and go to Back to the Earth and check out the link. I'll put it in the description below. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys and excuse me, talk to you guys about an issue I've had and something I dealt with this morning that has been an ongoing issue for me. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's other veterans, but it's something that kind of hurts me as a person that has dealt with the medical field, and that is I've been trying to get appointments scheduled for service-connected issues that I have, and each time I try to do this through the area that I'm supposed to go through, I make the contact, let them know I need to have this looked at because it's a service-connected issue, and go through the whole motion through the VA, and it seems like it goes on for a little while, you know, before I get contacted. But once I'm contacted, lately it's been from this company called QTC, and as I understand it, QTC is the company that has been contracted to help expedite our appointments and make it easier for veterans to get seen sooner, faster, and more efficiently. That, in theory and thought, would be awesome, would be amazing, yet that isn't happening. Hang on, let me adjust here. Okay, maybe that's a little better. Anyways, speeding up the process and making it easier for us to get seen instead of waiting months on end makes sense. The issue that I've run into consistently and constantly with QTC is I feel like I'm dealing with robots. I feel like I'm dealing with people that are just going through the motions and don't have any concern or care about the patients they're dealing with, much less dealing with veterans themselves. Sorry, driving into the sun, it gets a little bright here, guys. So each time I've dealt with them, I've tried to be patient. I've tried to work with them, but they make commitments such as calling me back, following up with me, and ensuring that the process goes smoothly. They never do. Each time I've had contact with them the last few times, I've ended up having to talk to a supervisor, which then ends up going to me having to file a complaint, because the people that I deal with are just empathetic, unconcerned, and make me feel as though they really just do not care. And to me that hurts, because as someone that treated patients and has spent a good majority of his life in the medical field, to see people get mistreated like this is heartbreaking. I'm tired of QTC acting as though the people that they're dealing with, patient-wise, don't matter. I'm tired of them thinking that they can just go through the motions and not actually try to do their job, which is expedite our process to be seen and be seen by the appropriate people. Today's issue was my service-connected injury with my jaw and with my ears. And they're trying to schedule me the appointments, and the lady 3 days ago tries to start this process, and when she runs into an issue, instead of calling me back like she claimed she would, she instead emails me, and then emails me. And here is opportunities for appointments that are available going by and passing me by, because instead of her calling me back like she said she would, she's emailing me. I understand that there's a lot of stuff going on nowadays. Whether I agree with it or not, that's a whole nother subject that we can get into on another video. But if your job is to provide us care within an appropriate amount of time, you would think that you would make that happen. You wouldn't waste time by not getting back with the veteran in an appropriate amount of time and resolving the issue that you've run into. So now I believe it's time for QTC to realize that when you're dealing with patients and or with veterans, you need to show the amount of appropriate care, respect, as any other person would want, being medically treated. And if you're a veteran or someone that has dealt with this company and believes that they too are not providing you the kind of quality and care service that they should be, I think it's time for us to speak up. I think it's time for us to stop letting the government dictate who can and cannot treat us and what kind of crap care they give us. And that's what I feel like, is they're just giving us the crap care. The lowest bidder on the totem pole, and the lowest bidder doesn't always give you the best quality. They just give you what they can for the best price. I'm tired of being mistreated. I'm tired of other veterans being mistreated. And I think it's time for us to speak up and say something. Maybe you disagree with me. Okay. I'm willing to be open to that. Maybe I'm doing something wrong on my end. Who knows? Right now, I don't feel that way. So, if you're someone that feels the same as I do, you'd like to be given the appropriate kind of care and treatment that you feel like you deserve from the VA, then say something. Contact your senator. Contact your congressman. Contact the VA. File complaints. Do it every day if you have to. That's what I'm doing now. I'm making those complaints every day until someone listens. Because I believe, and I'm not a veteran that has near as many injuries as a lot of other people do. That's what bothers me. Is there's men and women out there that have suffered a lot more than me, and if they're getting this kind of treatment and care, I find that completely and utterly unacceptable. And I think that most of you would agree with me. For those men and women that took the time, the care and compassion to put the uniform on, much less serve and defend this nation, they deserve some of the best care, not the worst, not the runaround, not the lag in the system, not that we'll get back to you sometime soon. They should have some of the best care in the nation by some of the best doctors. Hopefully you agree with me. If you don't, that's okay. Let's talk about it. I'm open to that. But I still believe it's time for the people in office to stand up and do what's right for us veterans. Let's make it known. In QTC, I think it's time that you found out that dealing with the veterans means that you need to start acting with a little bit of decorum, a lot more compassion, and some respect. I think it's time that you guys find out what that really means in showing some honor to the veterans. And if you're a QTC employee and a veteran, and you are letting this happen, I'd say shame on you. Because you need to stand up and say something. Yeah, Michelle Little, I'm talking to you at QTC. You know who I'm talking to. So, let's make this known. Let's get the word out. Let's get all these veterans taken care of the way that they're supposed to be taken care of. Let's get our brothers and sisters the treatment they deserve, the respect they deserve. Remember, do it with love. For the next time, journey in peace.